So next up, let's get going. Dr. Dupree from Arjo Wiggins and is going to talk to us about recycling of paper-based electronics. So the floor is yours. There we go.
Do you hear me?
Yes, we hear you loud and clear and we can see you.
Superb. Okay, so good morning, everyone. So I will present recyclability on paper electronics. So my name is Gaël Després, and I am leading R&D for the group Arjo Wiggins. Next, please. So a few slides on Arjo Wiggins because it has changed a few years ago. So Arjo Wiggins now is a smaller company. We focus on luxury packaging, on translucent paper, book security papers, and transfer papers, and also on smart papers. So we are a little bit less than 1,000 employees, and with 4 production sites. Next, please. Yes, okay. So we are mainly focused in Europe with 1 mill in Scotland, 1 mill in England, one other factory in Spain near Barcelona, and another one in China. Next, please. So now I will focus on smart papers. So for a few years time now, we are paper inlay manufacturers. That is to say that we produce paper, special paper for printed electronics, but we also print electronics in small reels with our 4/8 flexo machine. With a few products now. The main one is NFC tags with different kind of size of different chips for manufacturers. And we also produce UHF with different reading distance, dual NFC UHF. And we are also at the moment some passive sensors, open detection and temperature sensor. Passive, that means without any battery yet. In R&D, we are working on a lot of subjects at the moment. We have a research center in Grenoble, where I work in France. And we have at lab scale and pilot scale flexo and screen printing machine. And we are working on electrochromic printed display, printed battery also, some active sensor, especially temperature, but also other, shock, humidity, and pH. We're working a little bit on smart textile and on selective electromagnetic shielding and amplification. Next. And as a paper electronic producer, we wanted to know the recyclability of our product. So I have hopefully the same data as the previous speaker. That's good. More than 50 million tons of e-waste produced in the world per year. And also some data which are not very nice also. It's in production of plastic waste in the world. It's almost the same data as e-waste. On plastic, only a few % is recycled or incinerated, and most of the plastic is accumulated in natural environment, which is a little bit a shame. Next, please. So, why paper could be a solution? First, because paper is made of cellulose, and cellulose is a major polymer, biopolymer on Earth. It's biodegradable, renewable, and most of the paper is recyclable, and there is an existing process to recycle paper and board that is existing. So it's really something very interesting, and we wanted to know if, when we print electronics, could it be considered as recyclable? Next, please. Okay, so we have, unfortunately, I talk a lot about Europe, but in Europe, we have some standard on paper and board packaging, this standard, and to be recyclable, we need to have more than 50% of cellulose inside, cellulose fibers, and we need to not disturb the recycling process, keep good mechanical and optical properties of the recycled paper, a good process yield, and no or little reject of hazardous contaminants, which is a relatively vague sentence. Next. So what we have done, we have simulated in a pilot the different process to simulate the recycling of paper and board. So we have pulper, some centrifugal cleaning, screening, de-inking, washing, and then at the end we have the recycled fibers. So what we have done, next slide, yes. So we first disintegrate the paper with the lab pulper. Then we use a screening equipment named Somerville with a defined slot gap. And then we de-ink with the inking apparatus where you have air bubbles and tensurative materials to separate the hydrophilic and the hydrophobic materials. Next. So what we have used as materials is we have two complex prototypes that is coming from a EU project, anti-counterfeiting labels and a shock detection tag to check the shock during transportation in collaboration with some partners. And for the last prototype, we do not take into account the battery. At the moment, it's not a recyclable battery. It will be removed at the end of the end of life of the tag. Next. Okay. For each step, the first step we print each materials, each ink on paper with the same ratio, 4%. And it passes through the different processes. So we have the silver, PEDOT-PSS, carbon, piezoelectric polymer, and so on, and also chip, verdite chips. Next. And then for each process, for instance, for the screening, we simulate it as a black box. We have what is at the entrance, paper plus component, what is accepted, what is rejected. So we focus on the rejection part, and we have the mass balance. And on the reject, we do also we burn the reject to have the ash content. And in fact, we have the mass balance on the ash content also. Next, please. And by preliminary test, we know the ash content of each component, ink and paper and so on. And by combining equation, if the ash content of the paper is different from the ash content of each component, we have a final equation that gives you the reject ratio of each component. Next, please. And we have for the two demonstrators, for each component, we have the reject ratio for the screening, for the de-inking, and the total reject ratio. And what we see first is most of the components are well separated and extracted by filtration or de-inking. And at the end, we have a quite high reject ratio of the components and a good acceptation of the paper itself. So that is a first good result, that by existing process, we know how to separate the components. But now the next step is, what does happen when all components are mixed together in a demonstrator? So we have done that for the whole demonstrators. We have the reject rate and the hash content of in each steps. We made two hypotheses. First, we have the hash content, which is the sum of it keeps the same between the entrance and the reject. That is to a first equation. And next, please. We have a second hypothesis where we took into account the reject ratio of each component and the hash content of each component. And we have a second equation that allow us to calculate the hash content of both full demonstrators. So for the two equations, it's lead to quite good results, and I will explain more in the next slide. Yes, okay. We have at the end, for the two demonstrators, the two complex demonstrators, for each process, the screening and the de-inking, a reject ratio, which is calculated by the two equations. For the anti-counterfeiting label, it fits very well with the two equations fits very well, and we have an average reject ratio of the ink of more than 90%, which is what we want. We want to extract the inks from the paper. For the shock detection, it's a little bit less. We have only 40%, which is removed mainly by screening. But it's a little bit, yes, we need to go continue the test, because even for the de-inking, we have 0% of reject ratio, but the foam from the de-inking is a little bit gray, so we don't understand everything at the moment. But for both, we can say that the ink is well separated from fibers, which what we want. And it doesn't disturb, even at high quantity, because 4% is quite a lot. It doesn't disturb the recycling process. Thus, it can be considered as recyclable. And there is no, of course, no dangerous chemical. The most problematic chemical is the silver, and we need to lower anytime the silver composition in our ink. And next, please. I think it's my last slide. Yes. So the conclusion is we produce printed electronic on paper. We develop some method to track all the components during the existing recycling process. And we prove that it's well separated. The inks are well separated from the paper, and thus printed electronic could be a very interesting process to reduce the e-waste, because it can be considered as recyclable, and it's much better than to do it on plastic. And yes, if you have any question, I will be pleased to answer at the end. Thank you very much.